Hello everybody. Long story. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Don't forget to leave a like on the channel. It's a free and easy way to support Money Rules. Let's jump right into it. There's been a lot that's been going on. I'm certain that everyone notices. So, and I don't even know where to actually begin with this one. The optimism surrounding the Fed lowering interest rates is near palpable. I'm sure you've seen the news. I'm sure you've heard the news. But we're in a bit of a peculiar situation right now. Not sure if you saw, but a couple days ago, there was like another Fed meeting. I think they're monthly. Anywho, so the head of the Fed, Jerome Powell, basically said that things are looking good. And depending on where you're looking for your information, a lot of people were noting that his tone was slightly dovish. It was largely dovish. The idea being is that, he's not coming down as hard as he could to talk negatively about the world environment right now, which is a mess. The other part is that people, I'm not joking, like it really depends on where you get your news from. A lot of people are also reporting that he was slightly hawkish. Hawkish being the difference of a dove, because I assume the hawk is going to eat the dove. I don't know what hawks eat. They don't eat worms, do they? Roaches? Anyway, so what we have right now is the appearance that things are looking up. Things are going pretty well. Inflation, as far as we've been told, has slowed down. We know that from like a realistic worldview point, that's not actually what's happening, because we still see, I still see prices rising where I go shopping. I've noticed the cost of everything continues to like incrementally rise. It's not like a 7, 8, 9, 10, 15% like it was a couple of years ago where all these people were taking advantage of us as we were going to the supermarket and like, why are my grapes 3 times the cost? Oh, supply chain issues? Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But you can still kind of see like a little bit of working there. What the Fed, almost said the Fed head, that works. What the Fed head mentioned was basically that things look like they're okay, but they're going to be keeping an eye on it. This apparently was enough to send Larry Fink into a bit of a tizzy. Larry Fink being the head of BlackRock, the company that owns the world, because they actually do. If you get a chance to watch a video about it, it's, I don't want to use the word scary, but it's $11 trillion that's a lot of trillions. He basically said, here we go. Larry Fink basically said, all right, everyone needs to calm the fudge down. Anyone know why this is weird? Well, Larry Fink, JP Morgan Chase guy, and every other analyst out there has kind of speculated that the Fed is going to continue to lower interest rates. If you remember before, as we were just talking about, the Fed lowered interest rates by 0.5 point. Was it September? I think, no, yeah. What am I talking? Of course, September. So everyone has been analyzing and speculating that was going to be the first one of multiple over the course of this year. The expectation being November, December, we'd hear again that there'd be some kind of a Fed rate cut, because the first one kind of lifted up markets in the expectation of there being further rate decreases down by 1.5% for the rest of this year, which is also where we've been getting a lot of that really happy cryptocurrency mojo and all that. I mean, the idea of Uptober, terrible name for those of you who don't know. Typically, Bitcoin after the halving, on the year of the halving, at the last 3 months, the last quarter, tends to do particularly well. October, November, December. This is why you keep seeing like the word Uptober everywhere. It's like, what is that's not a month. It's the idea that usually, historically, October, we begin to move on up higher. November, we do really well. And then December's where we're getting all those 100 blah, 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 1,000 price point predictions for Bitcoin. If we get more interest rate cuts, the idea is that this will propel all markets a lot higher, crypto included. Yay! But Larry Fink said the words that the head of the Fed or the Fed head used shows him that we might need to temper our expectations for future rate cuts. And I find the backtracking to be a little, I want to say disingenuous, but it's also, you're not really that genuine when you run a company that has $11 trillion. $11 trillion. Do you understand how much money that is? Do you understand how much $1 million is? Like, you have the concept of $1 million in your head, but you don't really get how far $1 million can actually go. Now imagine 100 million US dollars. I'm going to get back to the point, I promise. $100 million. Think of what you would literally never, ever, 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 ever have to work again. Ever, ever. Any descendants you have, you would literally never have to say the word work or job to them. They would go to school confused. What is a work? What does that even mean? 10x that, you get $1 billion. $1 billion is enough to, like, I feel like you can build a house on the sun. Like, you can do like astronomically weird things. $100 billion is egregious. That's a sum of money. You would have to spend more than $1 billion per year to even think of trying to go broke. Because your money, even just sitting in your bank account, would earn enough interest. You wouldn't be able to do it. $1 trillion, and then you 11x that. It's a lot of freaking money. The idea now is we are sloshing all over the place. We are in the midst of what should be, could be, might be the cryptocurrency bull run. It always is the same as far as we've seen thus far. October, November, December, the starting month. Start your engines. Money starts, send something in an engine. 2025, utopia. Until around the end of 2025, prices might fall back down. Depends on if we're actually in a cycle, because no one knows what the heck is going on anymore. The narrative now is, at least according to Larry Fink and one other analyst, we might need to cool it to see exactly what the Fed is going to do. If inflation remains low and goes down a little bit lower, then we might actually see another interest rate cut, which is also beneficial for the market. If we don't, he basically says, I'm not sure if you've been paying attention. Larry Fink basically said, I'm not sure if you've been seeing what's happening in China right now. Their economy's not doing too well because of terrible economic decisions, and this might ripple through the rest of the world. But where we are right now, China recently announced that they're going to have a stimulus. Yay, stimulus is basically where they print a whole bunch of money and devalue the other currency to basically kind of pay off debts and try and keep their markets propped up. But as you devalue your own currency, you also kind of wink in the direction of companies to basically say, hey, look how much cheaper our currency is now, so that they can come to your borders and actually do business. But the other problem is that not many people want to do business in China right now, because people find out the hard way that your money actually gets locked in China when you have it there. So a lot of American companies over the years, like big companies, moved into China, did great business, made billions of dollars, and then they found out when you try and take your money out of the country, they go and they've only tightened up over the course of the last decade. So if you do business in China, you basically have to move there and live there, because that's as far as your money is going to go. So a lot of companies don't like that anymore, and this is why they're printing a lot of money. See? Full circle. Anyway, yeah, the expectations still are that we will probably see one more rate cut over the course of this year. Not sure if we're going to see two. If we see two, then happy today, or happy, I don't know, something about the market going back up. If we see none, we might have some problems. But we did see one already. Like the half a point is cool, awesome. But we probably need two more just to kind of get everything really ripping and roaring. That's the Larry Fink. He also said, and I quote, to expect fireworks from the tsunami of liquidity from China's central bank. Because I think they're printing $133 billion, and the U.S. is also expected to do the same either at the end of this year or beginning of next year as well. So money. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever the heck you might be. Don't know what I'm doing. Hope it's absolutely fantastic. Somebody asked before, how much coffee do I drink? I don't drink coffee. I can't drink coffee. I can barely drink green tea. Oh, I had green tea earlier before this. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. I can't drink coffee. Like, this is what you're witnessing is like naturally me. Because otherwise I get like too hyper and like it's. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.